His life's mission was to leave the world a little better than he found it. Coach Jack Henzis achieved that and so much more. He spread his positive influence among generations of young men on and off the field, while racking up more than 400 wins coaching football, most of those years leading the Dunmore Bucks to victory. We lost Coach Henzis this past summer at the age of 87, yet his example of wholesome values, high standards, and integrity will live on because his legacy is the stuff that dreams are made of. His is a legacy cast in stone.
This is Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV.
Welcome inside Dunmore's Veterans Memorial Stadium. We're in Bucktown, Lackawanna County. Tonight, it's a Friday Night Rivals Top 10 early season showdown as number 9 Mount Carmel from the Pennsylvania Heartland Conference will take on number 8 Dunmore from the Lackawanna Football Conference. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide. Welcome to week 2 already of high school football in northeastern Pennsylvania. Joining us once again will be Amanda Kuhl on the sidelines, and with me in the booth, former Tunkhannock area coach Jan Seachak.
Thank you, Bob.
Jan, when you're talking high school football in the state of Pennsylvania, doesn't get any better than these two teams right here, some of the best programs in this state.
They are so storied. Both of them have such a history, rich in football tradition of winning, and the way that they do it is just amazing because they instill in these players to be student athletes first.
Let's talk about the Red Tornadoes first. They lost to their rival North Schuylkill last week, 34-27. If they want to beat Dunmore tonight, they're going to need another big game from our Manuka Subaru Spotlight player, Xavier Diaz.
Xavier Diaz is a converted wide receiver running back. Last week he had 2 touchdowns, 1 for rushing, 1 receiving. He had 135 yards combined. He is so fast, the Bucks are going to have a hard time containing him.
Speaking of the Bucks, let's talk about Dunmore. They beat Old Forge. It's always the same here at Dunmore. Run the ball, run it efficiently, and our other Manuka Subaru Spotlight player, Dom DeSanto, really amplifies that.
Dominic is just a class act here, and he does exemplify what Coach McHale and Coach Henzis instills in Dunmore football. This young man plays offense, defense, and is a kick returner. Last week, he rushed for 86 yards, and he had 1 touchdown.
So in this interconference game, out-of-conference game, I should say, let's see some keys to the game. First for Mount Carmel.
Well, for Mount Carmel, they want to clean up their offense from last week. And 2, they want to be able to establish that run game. And now for the Bucks, they want to be able to now really capitalize and do much better offensively and control that line of scrimmage.
Our keys to the game brought to you by Toyota. Beautiful night for high school football, low humidity. Let's hope it stays that way for the weekend. Let's check in now with Mike Susko from the Fox 56 News, first at 10.
Good evening, Bob. Tonight we have beautiful conditions for some football. Temperatures will be in the 70s pretty much the entirety of the Mount Carmel versus Dunmore game, around 74 at halftime. Just a couple high clouds here and there, and by the end of the game you can see right around 70 degrees as we're wrapping up the 4th quarter here. But overall, beautiful night tonight. Temperatures eventually dropping down into the upper 40s to low 50s across our entire region. But as we go later into the weekend, we are tracking the return of the heat and humidity. We'll have more details on that tonight at 10. But for right now, let's send it back out to you on the field.
Last season, these two teams met in the Silver Bowl. It was Mount Carmel who won. Can Dunmore get their revenge? We'll find out next. It's the Friday Night Rivals Top 10 Showdown. Number 9, Mount Carmel. Number 8, Dunmore. Next.
You're watching Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV WQMY.
We are back at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Dunmore. Let's go down quickly to Amanda on the sidelines. Amanda, Jan and I talked about, 2 of the most prestigious programs in the state here, ready to battle it out.
That's right, Bob. We have a really exciting matchup as the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes, the most winningest team in Pennsylvania high school football history, with an impressive 890 wins, travels here to Dunmore to face off against the Bucks. As you said, both of these teams have such a rich tradition in high school football, and they've consistently produced talented players and successful teams, and this year is no different. We should have an exciting one here tonight.
Thank you, Amanda. Mount Carmel won the toss. They deferred. Dunmore will get the ball. Dom DeSando back with Danny Pica ready to receive the kick from Robert Shelby from the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes. Beautiful night for high school football. Nice crowd on hand. Red across the way, crimson on our side, and we are underway here in this FNR Top 10 matchup. DeSando from about his 16. Up nicely, up to the 35. We'll talk about special teams in a second, Coach, but let's check out Thomas Bowen, the coach, the four-year starter now. There you see what he did this year. Last year, he had career 2,476 yards, does Thomas.
Well, and again, Thomas is just a complete ball player, as Coach McHale says, and what he likes is how he's embraced this offense and has really taken charge this year. And again, if you look, 127 yards last week, 1 touchdown. There's a really nice completion rate that he has going there for his QBR.
35 points scored by this team last week, 379 total yards against the Blue Devils, and they didn't say they weren't even crisp. DeSando, you'll see a lot of this off the left-hand side, big offensive line, just a rugby scrum, what we should expect from an old-time Eastern Conference matchup, Jan.
With 2 storied, fabled teams going right at it. And again, they're going to go right on the legs of Dominic right here. And I'll tell you what, look at that. Just the size and strength that he has, and he stayed upright. He's running behind number 59, the 6'2", 315-pound senior Nathan Ruther.
Both teams had questionable, I call it, special teams last week, gave up some big plays. So right now, good job by the Red Tornadoes on their special teams. But now they have to stop this power from Dunmore offense. DeSando, right side, no going there. Ben Miller on the tackle, along with Chase Belichick. Here are your starting lineups, brought to you by USA Metal Roofs. DeSando and Hickey in the backfield. The receivers, Piga very quick outside. He'll run the ball a lot. Franek and Conti, tight ends. Big offensive line, Coach, would be an understatement. Ruther on the left side, 315, 245 on the right side.
They averaged 243 pounds across the board right there. And it was interesting. They came out in this funky backfield, and then they broke into the wing T. Now they're back to their basic I.
See a 6-man front from Mount Carmel expecting the run. DeSando up, falls forward. I think he's going to be a foot short, literally 1 foot. 4th down, early call now for Kevin McHale with his team.
And you'll see on the replay here, they just go 6-man. They're just stuffing that line of scrimmage, trying to reestablish it, which is one of the goals that Coach McHale wants to do, is reestablish that line of scrimmage in order to be successful this evening.
Freshman Matt Karicki, he's a big boy, 6'1", 205. Had 12 total tackles last week against North Schuylkill. He made the tackle right there, 4th and 1. Bowen at 6'2", up through and still on his feet inside Red Tornado territory to get a 6.
I really like that quarterback's keep on that one. Boy, he's a big guy in there, just to be able just to fall forward at 6'2". That's 2 yards right there, folks. But he did a great job following that offensive line, being really, really, controlled in there, being patient and allowing it to form, and then he just sprung it out there.
That's against Noah Shivko, 300 pounds up on front. Logan Herb also 265. Along with Kirky for Mount Carmel. They push them forward. Ball on the ground, right into the hands of Ben Miller. Mount Carmel recovers it right at midfield.
That was Ben Miller, the outside linebacker. They run that 3-4 defense, and he just came right off the edge. You'll see it right there. It was just a bad exchange, and he fought for it. Great job by Ben Miller to give that momentum to the Red Tornadoes.
So Cole Spears comes out. He's the quarterback, a senior. We'll take a look at his numbers in a second. Saw him last year. He was injured. But he did come back for the playoffs. Spears, he'll run it as well, but he meets Nathan Ruther, 315 senior, for a loss of 3. Here is Cole Spears. Nice game last week against North Schuylkill. Played 10 games last year, had 14 touchdowns and 6 interceptions.
233 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Again, the way that the Red Tornadoes run this offense, it's crazy, and how well that young man has done. Seeing how we saw how he separated his elbow last year at Southern Columbia.
Tough loss last week to their rivals, the Spartans of North Schuylkill. They led in that game by 14, but they lost by 7. This is Luke Blessing, just a junior now. It'll be 3rd and long now, facing the Red Tornadoes.
I would suspect right now they were using our player spotlight, Xavier Diaz, as a decoy in the motion, trying to get the defensive shift, and they go back with Blessing inside there. Nice job, but I would imagine now they're going to try to get the ball into the hands of their playmaker, and you see him right there, number 10, Xavier Diaz.
Rogan Doherty, the senior, with the tackle. Spears under pressure, gets it to Diaz right on schedule. He's got a perfect storm. Renovation's first down. Big gain for the Red Tornadoes up near the 30.
Boy, that's the kind of hit Chris Conte put on the quarterback. 6'5", 250 pounds, smushed the quarterback, but he didn't feel it because he had a great completion for an important first down.
They come quickly up, but a lot of movement there. They weren't ready for that. I know Coach Dara wants to go faster this year, wants to pace to pick up, but that time didn't
Prior
work.
to the snap, false start, number 77, offense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
Jason McDermott, our referee tonight from the Lackawanna Football Conference. Here
You'll see this. Watch this hit that the quarterback stays up by, gets smushed, and Diaz just went right, dropped into that dead zone, makes their key reception for that first down.
Both coaches want to clean up some penalties from last week. Direct snap to their fullback. That's big, and I mean big. Al Bailey's 5'11", 220, like a bowling ball in there. And he gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Bob, I remember a few years ago you used the term rumble and bumble, and I'll tell you, watching him last week against North Schuylkill, he had a few of those runs, and he's tough to bring down.
You can't miss him on defense. He's the biggest guy out there. So 2nd down now for Spears and company. Last year against Dunmore, he had a great game, Coach. 10 of 11, 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. This is Blessing that shoots through. He's going to be about 3 yards short of a first.
Luke Blessing, 5'11", 185-pound junior. And you'll see this, a nice job with the trap play up inside, patient with his running. Look at 77, just keeps mauling him right there. That's big number 77, Noah Shimko, 300-pound junior.
Nick DeVito with the stop. So a big 3rd down coming up now for Mount Carmel. Right to Diaz. Cuts it inside, but Dunmore knew it was coming. Hickey's in there along with Doherty. It'll be 4th down, loss of 1.
Great job defensively by the Bucks right here to stop their key speedster right there. Forced him back inside to his help. You see a linebacker, you see a tackle coming in there, really gang tackling, and I know Coach McHale emphasizes that.
Quick pitch to Blessing, nowhere to go. Peak is in there along with the Dunmore Bucks. Turnover on downs for the Dunmore Bucks.
There was a herd of Bucks right there that stopped that and dropped him for a loss. That now gives the Bucks decent field position to start again. Now they're at the 38-yard line. Let's see what they come back swinging with. Great job to avoid any type of momentum turnover, especially the points after the turnover.
Carmel unable to turn the turnover into any points. Great job early by the Bucks defense. So back to offense goes Dunmore. We're scoreless here, almost midway through this first quarter. A battle of Friday Night Rivals top 10 teams. Dunmore ranked in the state. Mount Carmel, honorable mention in AA. Pika with good speed. If he gets out in the open, he'll be tough to catch. He powers through behind big Bryce Toludo.
Well, they got a lot of experience up on that offensive line. You'll see they come with that speed sweep. Look at 77 coming in. Rogan Doherty pulled from his right guard to kick out, and then he popped it right back up inside for a nice 8-yard gain.
We've had one pass thrown so far, kind of unusual. This is old school football. Pika lines up, dot the I. He's going to be up for a Perfect Storm Renovations first down near midfield. Here's USA Metal Roof's defense for the Red Tornadoes, who gave up 34 points last week. We talked about Shipko and Karicki and Herb in there as well. Miller, Reed, Bailey, and Belichick are your linebackers. And secondary, Diaz, Chase Belichick, Kimsel, and Lukoski. Jalen Delaney, a fantastic freshman with 5 total tackles and interceptions last year, is out 4 to 6 weeks, we heard. So Lukoski gets to start at quarterback. Hickey is first run, the old Dunmore trap play.
They're just going with a little bit of, I'm going to say misdirection, because they're going to be keying on Dominic in there and Piga, and they just, let's get that quick hitter from that fullback. Look at the offensive line. They do a great job exploding, staying low, and pushing people off that line of scrimmage.
Nothing fancy from this offense. It's almost like Jack Hensis is still here looking over us and running the same offense. Very, very similar. Now, Ball can throw it, and Pika is a very good receiver, so let's see if they want to put one up here. It's going to go right to the power game. Hickey going to line up behind Bowen. Here is the pass. Nowhere to go. Karicki there, and he's going to be taken down for a sack.
Karicki does a great job. Look, he stepped up. And again, there was just a little bit of confusion on the offensive line in terms of blocking scheme right there because of where the quarterback ended up rolling out to his right and then stepping up and then fading out to his right. And that's where number 9, Karicki, comes in and drops him for a loss.
I would think both teams want to put their opponent in the 3rd and long, just like they've had so far tonight. That's probably one of the objects, right?
Oh, absolutely. If you can keep them 3rd and, well, this is beautiful in terms of Mount Carmel, 3rd and 12. This is where they want to force them to pass.
Here comes the press. The blitz is taken, and nice catch by Ryan Mecca, but he'll be well short of a first down, but he's inside Red Tornado territory. So let's see if Dunmore will punt with 3:14.
You see the pressure coming off the edge right there by number 29, Ben Miller. Like I said, what's nice about the 3-4 defense, it's very similar to back when I played, Bob. It was a 5-2 defense, but they can do a lot of variations with those outside linebackers, and they're bringing a lot of pressure, especially from Miller.
Sean Gallagher back after missing last week due to an injury. He will punt. Belichick and Diaz back. Nice kick. Diaz from his 15. He has speed. Can he get to the outside? Gets a block. Gallagher with the tackle, but good field position off that return from Xavier Diaz. Now our USA Metal Roofs offense for the Red Tornadoes. So you see Spears, Blessing, and Diaz. He'll line up as a wingback wide receiver. Chase Belichick, Jacob Schultz, a very good tight end wide receiver, and Max Karicki, the freshman at tight end. Again, another big offensive line, but just 4 guys who are new to this offensive line. The only one back is Noah Shipko.
Right, and again, they average 251 pounds across the board. Mount Carmel likes to line up. Most of the time they're in the wing. Now they're open up in a spread open formation.
Dunmore last week just giving up 12 points to an Old Forge team. Blessing nowhere to go. The interior defense playing really well. That is Chris Conte, number 7, 250 senior.
And then Jake Hickey, the inside linebacker, does a nice job. Sean Gallagher. Again, what I'm seeing from the Bucks is a lot of gang tackling, which is going to be key because if Diaz can break or Blessing breaks, they've got good breakaway speed. So it's really tenement that these guys keep on this gang tackle.
Looks like both coaches really want to establish that running game here. We haven't seen much passing. Spears quick looking for inside, cut to Schultz. Schultz pulls it down. He'll fall forward inside Bucks territory, and it is a perfect Storm Renovations first down for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, I'll tell you, having a 6'2" target out there, and he jumps up for it, so now he's up at 6'8", 6'9", does a nice job getting up over his defender right there, number 2, Danny Page.
Here's the pace Coach Dara now wants. Officials timeout on the field. Somebody came running off. Pika came running off. Not sure if cramp or what's going on so early here. So Pika comes out. So it is first down for Mount Carmel. We're under 2 minutes, coach, in the first quarter. Going by fast with all this running. Blessing with a hole. Blessing into the secondary, and Blessing for 16 yards for Mount Carmel.
Boy, he just creased that defense in there. They did a nice job. And watch this on the replay. You see they just pulled big number 53 up inside the right side. He pulled from his left guard position. Seth Spears, 5'10", 205-pound sophomore, getting some playing action and making a big impact.
Blessing 7.1 average last season. Out to Diaz, floats out of bounds. Good defense over there by Xavier Burke, the freshman.
Burke did a nice job. Again, he had his hands full trying to cover Diaz. Diaz didn't look back at the pass, which could have been, that's just a timing issue. And there's Coach Dara right now surveying and trying to figure out, okay, here we go.
Former player Wilkes, 9th season already with the Red Tornadoes. Blessing, Conte drags him and takes him down. Great wrestling move by Chris Conte. Also, Trevon Best in there as well.
I love the fakes that's going on from the quarterback Spears in there. But again, this is what I talked about, the gang tackling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 guys in the frame. And as coaches, we always stress to the players, you want to have your picture in that. You want to be in the frame in that picture.
Another third and long for Mount Carmel. Spears back. Here comes the rush. Going to set up a middle screen. They do to Blessing. He has blockers. Blessing into the secondary again. Picks up a perfect store. Renovations inside, right at the 20-yard line.
What a great call. You come back with the screenplay. You can see the defensive line is getting so eager. They're coming up for a speed rush, and all of a sudden the ball's away, and they're chasing right now.
19-yard gain for Blessing. Good call from the coaching staff out Mount Carmel. They come up quickly again. We're under 30 to play here in the first quarter. They're inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. It kind of looked a little dysfunctional there, Coach. Spears falls forward, but it looked out of sync.
It did. I'm surprised there wasn't a flag on that play. We had a couple of different people moving at different times.
And that will do it. 1 quarter in the books. We're scoreless in this Friday Night Rivals top 10 matchup. Both teams running the ball. Mount Carmel knocking on the door. Can they take it on in? We'll find out on the other side.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. It is scoreless with Mount Carmel and Dunmore. And joining me now is Toby Grisenda from NEPA Builders. Toby, we talked about it last week. Raise the Roof is back for a second year in a row. What inspired Raise the Roof initially, and what made you decide to bring it back for a second year?
Sure, yeah. So Raise the Roof is an idea that we came up with to give back to our local community in only a way that a builder could. So for every 100 roofs that we replace, we do one for free. Yeah.
How special was it for you to be a part of that, giving one away to a deserving family last year?
Yeah, it was really incredible for us and our whole team and for the family to be able to give them a roof and, to really take the weight off their shoulders and know that they're going to be safe in their home. It was just a very special moment for sure.
How can somebody watching and nominate, a deserving family in their community?
Yeah. So the way to do it is to visit our website, NEPABLDRS. And it's a partnership with our community, Fox 56, NEPA Builders, and 84 Lumber. So we can't do it without the community, and that's why we reach out to you guys. Anybody that's watching, you could be in Dunmore or anywhere else in NEPA, go to our website, nominate someone that you know, a family member that needs it. Maybe you have a neighbor that their roof is in disrepair. Let's help somebody together. Go to our website. We'll be announcing the winner in October when the football season's over. So let's do this together and help somebody.
Thanks, Toby. Bob, I think we missed some excitement out there on the field. Our first touchdown is on the board.
That it is. Spears to Chase Belichick. We'll take a look at that in a second. Shoppy in for the PAT. It is up and good. Mount Carmel on the first play of the second quarter. Second play of the second quarter, after the lateral. Here it is again.
Look at that. He has plenty of time. He steps up in the pocket and connects. Little bit of contact right there, but again, Belichick does a nice job of concentration, pulls that down to break this game open.
A 9-play drive took for 59 yards, coach, and a couple big pass plays in there for Mount Carmel to Schultz and also Blessing with that screen pass.
The screen pass was key to that, keeping that drive alive, obviously. But then just to come back with that type of play, here we go, another angle of that. Look at this. Great job. Look at that end zone shot. You can see how they spread out the offensive line, and just great concentration. Went up over number 8 there, and you know right now, Gabe Franick is just going, okay.
Maybe, you said maybe a push-off, no call from the referee.
I saw Belichick push off, but, it's high school football.
Yeah.
And that's okay. They're letting them play because they know that these two teams are great football programs, and they're going to let the kids play.
That lateral almost could have stalled that drive out, but a good job by Spears. Again, last year, 10 of 11 in the Dunmore game, 124 yards and 2 touchdowns for Cole Spears. And they looked very good with him in the game. They lost him for a few games, did Mount Carmel last year, but he gutted it out, came back in the injury, right on that championship game. District 4 AA championship, Southern Columbia, Mount Carmel at the Silver Bowl, and Southern rolled.
Southern got healthy at the right
Yes.
time. I mean, boy, everyone's sitting there saying Southern had 3 losses, they're done, but you can never count Coach Roth and the Tigers out. They came roaring back to win another state title.
Carvision Nissan kickoff by Shoppy. He looks to be short. Takes a hop, still a live ball, and they fall on it right on the 30. Those are tough kicks, aren't they, Coach?
When they're high and short, what they're doing is they're trying to get at the guys that usually don't handle the ball that much. At those positions where they are, those are the tight end type guys that can catch, but you want to get the ball back to your speedy receiver types.
So let's see, Dunmore down 7-0. They lost last year to this team, 42-14. Mount Carmel leads the all-time series 4 games to 1, but they love to get him here at home. They established a little bit of the run, but the turnover really cost them. Let's see now, back to the eye they go. The Sandals straight ahead, power football. Let's wear them down into the 4th quarter for 5.
Well, they're not going to stray from their game plan. This is what the Bucks do. They run the ball extremely well, and they're coming at you. It's your job as a defensive coordinator and defensive players to stop it. And when you're getting 5 yards a clip, that's pretty potent offense that's coming at you.
Sandal, known as more of a receiver last year, against Old Forge last year, 6 catches, 152 yards and 3 touchdowns. They move him to the eye. Pika, receiver, he'll run the ball. Pika up near midfield. He's through for a perfect storm renovations first down for the Bucks.
And look who's up there, big number 59, 6'2", 315 pound senior that is leading the way and getting the white jerseys out of the way. Look at this in here. Takes it, cuts it back. Look at this. He's wrapped up, keeps the legs driving, high knees, ball security as he's going to the ground. Nice job.
Maddox Reed, the linebacker from Mount Carmel, almost had him. Pika strong enough to get out. Back to Pika again. He has speed if he gets to the outside. He does. Diaz jumps on him. It's a perfect storm renovations first down for the Dunmore Bucks at the 40 inside Red Tornado territory.
Well, Xavier Diaz plays cornerback for them. He's only 5'9", 155 pounds, but he's got great speed. Watch this. He comes off the blocker, and he just lashes him right down just to make sure to keep this game where it is at 7-0.
Pika last week, 5 carries, 62 yards, also had 2 catches, 36 yards, and a touchdown. You can see his speed and what he brings to this offense of the Dunmore Bucks. So they go quickly. Pika finding room. He gets a nice hole off that left-hand side, picks up about 4. So two straight carries for Pika.
And here you see number 77, the right guard, Rogan Doherty, 6 foot, 220 pound senior, leading on that inside trap.
These two teams, when you're talking district titles, all over the place on both sides of the ball. Last one for Dunmore was 2020. That was Thomas Bowen's freshman year. They had a great running attack. Then a couple lean years for Dunmore, you would call it. Yeah. Last year, they get back to the championship game. They lose to Lakeland, but really this is the year But they're all talking about getting that AA championship back again.
Well, Lakeland the last 2 years has had a powerhouse team, and Dunmore has had to play, second fiddle to it. But this is their year that they're counting on.
Bowen at 6'2", fakes it. It is up close to a first down, about 2 yards short. 11 AA titles in District 2 for Dunmore. State title in there.
You see the RPO right there. Good read by Bowen there. He was reading that defensive end. Defensive end came down, and he just shot right back up there.
Mikowski with the tackle for Mount Carmel. So Dunmore responds after the Mount Carmel touchdown. Starting this drive at their old 30, they're all the way down to the Carmel 33-yard line. DeSanto, fresh, Perfect Storm Renovations first down. Likes to take a big hit and also can dish it out.
See that instant replay right there. Nice job by the fullback in there, big 29. Or excuse me, Jay Kickey does a nice job kicking out. Bob,
Yeah.
you had mentioned that Diaz earlier, and you were saying about DeSandro right there. They were both receivers last year. Now they're converted to running backs, but they're dual threats, so they can spread them out and use them everywhere. And you also said about both these teams with how many district titles. These two teams have been there before. I mean, it's just ingrained in their programs.
It's ingrained in the coaches with timeout on the field. Timeout on the field, 8:18 remaining in the second. We'll take a timeout ourselves on the field. It's 7-0 Mount Carmel. Back at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Dunmore. The Bucks on a drive, started their own 37th play of this drive. All runs by DeSanto and Pica. Pica, little gap, shoots through, good tackle by Diaz. Shoots off for about 2, and we were reminded in the break that Nico Ruggiero ran for over 1,000 yards last year, so
Yes, he
it's
did.
hard to find that, but DeSanto and Pica together might get that.
And again, Nico Ruggiero, he was such a special player, that's for sure. You'll see right there, they just do that outside zone there, the outside power, excuse me, and the Dunmore, this is what they do. This is what they know. They just get after it. They know what you're going to do defensively, and they're going to attack it.
This is a pitch. Pica cuts it in. Still on his feet. Host of Mount Carmel white jerseys there. 2 yards short. Third down on the way.
This is what Coach McHale stresses to the Dunmore team. This is where the weight room pays off. You'll see this. Look, this was a power play coming at us, going to the left-hand side. And PJ just saw it, and he cut back to the right. That's what kind of speed that young man possesses.
You almost feel like a play action's coming. You almost get that feeling like, I don't know if it'll be here, but so many runs that you get a tight end will get lost, and they have some very good tight ends. Braden Ruther's in there at 6'3". He's a tight end number 5. They give it to Hickey, the power football, nowhere to go. Shipko on top of him, a yard short now. It'll be 4th and 1.
Well, when you see number 77, Shimko, coming at you, 6'5", 200 pounds, he plays that nose guard position in their 3-4 defense, which means he's lining up over the center. So he's taking up a lot of real estate up inside.
So another 4th down. Now coming up for the Bucks. Here you see it again. Look at this is just old-time Eastern Conference football type we saw in the 80s, maybe early 90s.
It is. This is smash mouth football at its
Jack
finest.
Hens is looking on both teams and smiling tonight from above. So we're inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. A big 4th down now. Bowen. DeSanto gets stopped. It's going to be on the mark. I think he's short. Great job by the Red Tornado defense in the middle. Matt Belichick comes up. Shimko's there along with number 55, Logan Herb.
They just came firing in from the outside. 99 comes screaming in there from his his outside linebacker position, and does a great job to shut that down. Gets the ball back for the Red Tornadoes.
That's 2 drives now for Dunmore. They've come up empty. They've looked really good on the ground. One was a fumble, and then that one stopped over on downs. Great job by the Mount Carmel defense. Here, Cole Spears is back out. The one thing you'll notice from Mount Carmel is Spears going to go up to the air and get it back out to number
That was Diaz. Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
excuse me, 17.
That's 17. Orville Fesniak.
We have a cramp right now from a Dunmore player.
Well, we mentioned Coach Henzis. We also know a lot of construction as we came in here today. I think Amanda can find out the answers to that right now.
That's right, guys. I'm joined by Dunmore Principal Tim Hopkins. Tim, thank you so much for joining us. The field looks great. A lot of renovations going around. Obviously, behind us, you're working on your field house.
Yes.
Can you talk about some of the projects that are going on here?
Well, we just put the new turf in last year, so this is the second year. And the field house is going under a total renovation. It was built in 1971, so it was about time. We're putting an auxiliary gym in, and there's many other activities going to be able to be inside. A big weight room. They'll be able to do some baseball with the batting cage, and like I said, an extra gym for our teams to practice.
So a lot of opportunities for all of your student athletes to take advantage of the new facilities here. You mentioned it was built in 1971, so you got to use it as a student athlete here as you were on the 85 Bucks. Can you talk about what it was like playing for Coach Henzis?
It was really good to play for Coach Henzis. Not only did I play for him, but I coached with him for 24 years. He taught me a lot of life lessons, probably made me the person that I am today because of the values and everything that he instilled in us.
Thanks, Tim. Bob, Jan, back to you.
Well,
So Pika comes back up, and some great projects going on here at Dunmore High School to benefit all the student body, as expected. And Tim Hopkins also part of that team in '85. A lot of memories here, a lot of history when you come here to Dunmore. As soon as you walk in, you see the Henzis statue, which we've shown, and you just get that aura, of that maybe he created here.
He is such a great man, and the lives he's affected, and how these young men that played for him have turned out, and has so much respect here in Dunmore for football and Coach Henzis. It's just amazing.
Back inside to Diaz, trying to get a hole. He doesn't. Great tackle in there by Xavier Burke, a freshman. Stops Diaz from getting out in the open and brings up third down.
Boy, they just tried doing a little bit of a misdirection with that, and you see they just bring student body back inside. They went from their right side back inside to left. Great defense right there by the Bucks to make sure that Diaz is kept contained.
Let's see if Spears goes to the air. Threw for 1,218 yards last year, just in 14 touchdowns. Spears saw a hole. He didn't see it. He's going to be short of the first down, I think, by a yard, maybe a half a yard. I saw a hole. He just didn't cut.
He
to
just
the
didn't cut
right.
And Bob, he's got great speed. Again, look at that. Look at the blocking that's going up. Number 53, number 28. That's a lot of people to move and get behind it, be able to get that. Oh, they gave him the first.
They gave them the first down. They'll move the chains. So it's a Perfect Storm Renovations first down for Mount Carmel. Up 7-0, under 5 here in the first half of this Friday Night Rivals showdown. So Mount Carmel's offense did it 407 yards last week against North Schuylkill, and 27 points keeps the drive going. Blessing cuts through. Dunvito's going to grab him, and he's going to be up for 8. And DeVito, we'll talk about him last year, over 100 total tackles, 14 of those for a loss.
You'll see on this play right here, what was neat was Chase Belichick, what he's doing is what they call pin and pull. He drops back, crosses his feet over, and then attacks the line of scrimmage. He was the lead blocker on that. That gave 8 yards. That was just a nice, well-designed play.
So let's see if Mount Carmel, this is the spot last week where Diaz, they got him deep and got him in the open. He can fly. They're going to go backside, and Spears hits Jacob Schultz. It's a Perfect Storm Renovations first down, up for about 6 yards.
Bob, you alluded to that fact earlier that the tight ends are getting lost in this game, but that's 2 times now that Schultz has had great grabs. Look at this, great protection, perfect thrown ball, great reception and good defense, believe it or not. Gabe Franick in there was in the right position, but he was just, again, a little bit shorter than 6'2".
Blessing, here we go. I just mentioned it. They get to Diaz, and he pulls it in. Xavier Diaz is going to go in for a Mount Carmel touchdown, 55 yards. We saw it last week against North Schuylkill. They pull it off again, and they convert again.
This young man has got great one-on-ones. When he's with the D-back, he's elusive, he's shorter, but he's so much quicker. And again, look at the time he has. Great possession of the quarterback to throw that ball. Perfect placement. Again, that's great defense. You're one-on-one, and he just came away with the ball.
Six-play drive. Mount Carmel extends their lead now. Shopping in for the PAT. Kick is blocked. So it remains 13-0, 3:18 left in the first half. We'll take a break. Can Dunmore get back in? We'll find out on the other side. Number 9, Mount Carmel leading number 8, Dunmore, 13-0. Two nice drives put on by the Mount Carmel offense, but it was the defense that held Dunmore twice tonight. So far, pitching a shutout, Coach. Bob Idion, C-Check, Amanda Cool, glad you could join us for this old-time football game between Mount Carmel and Dunmore. Pika from about his 15. He can get out. Sheds 2 blocks, 3 blocks. Pika's going to get Dunmore back in this one. Can he get it in? And he can! Touchdown, Dunmore Bucks.
Well, we talk about 1/3 of the game being special teams, but that was done by that young man and his talent and his legs alone. That was tremendous. I mean, he was stopped a few times, but just kept going. Danny Piga, the 6', 160-pound senior. Wow, what a great job to get the Bucks back into this game.
Coach Rebar likes it. And here we'll take it again. Coming right at you, folks.
Coming right up. Middle wall, bounces to the outside, cuts back in, and there were 3 white jerseys that we ran into. 1, 2. He just eludes them, and then almost at the end, there was a diving, but not good enough.
Reese's kick is up and good. And just like that, Dunmore back in this one, trailing by 6 now. 3:04 left in this one, and that's just what the doctor ordered here in Dunmore.
Well, doctor, yep, here we go. Watch this. Great job. Look, they got 10 guys in there. He just followed the wall up inside. Look at that speed. 1, 2, 3, and he just, again, 29 comes flying in there. That, again, trying to get number 30, has a great attack angle, tries, but not enough.
I talked about special teams real early in this game.
Yes, you did.
For both teams. Last week, DeSanto scored on a punt. That was good, but they gave up some big yardage to the Dunmore Bucks and penalties. Same thing with Mount Carmel against North Schuylkill. Their special teams were okay. Well, they gave up the big play there, and it cost them.
It does, and you want to talk about a momentum shift right there. The Bucks were down 13-0, probably getting a little bit back on their heels. Their defense is probably getting a little tired at this point. But when you score on a kickoff return like that, and it just brings you right back into the thick of it, there's 3 minutes to go, and Dunmore still has 3 timeouts.
And here's what Mark Carmel says. Okay, we gave up the big play, right? Look at. Let's 3:04 left. Let's take it down the field.
Yep.
Try to get some points. We get the ball to begin the third quarter. So let's turn it in maybe the 14 points, the 10 points. So this is okay if you're Red Tornadoes.
Oh, absolutely. And again, Coach Dara is probably instilled in this team. That's just one play. That's not going to define us, but we got to eliminate those type of mistakes, which is what Coach wants to do. Right now, let's see how Dunmore's coverage team can do.
That's right. Some speed back on the Car Vision Nissan kickoff. Good squib kick. Picked up by one of the up linemen at the 32-yard line. That's where the Red Tornadoes will come back out on the field. Well, we said they lost to North Schuylkill last week. Well, North Schuylkill has a tough game tonight in the Colonial Schuylkill League, and Blue Mountain is beating North Schuylkill 12-7 right now in the second quarter. North Schuylkill, number 2 in our FNR countdown.
See Coach Dara just going back and forth, you know, what coaches do on the sideline, trying to keep his team in check, trying to make sure that they're going to be productive on offense right now. Let's just keep this going, and let's just try to grab some points right now.
Oh, they know they can hit it quick. Let's get it out. Miller to Belichick. Spears to Belichick. Belichick up for a quick 13 yards and a perfect storm renovations. First down.
And they're going no huddle right now, which is not untypical of what we've seen. They've been trying to go hurry up, but now there's more of an issue.
Same play. The corner's playing off. Belichick just makes a cut, and he's out of bounds inside Buck territory.
Well, it's not hard when defenses are going to be playing off you. Take what you can get. And again, if you're going to get 13 yards and you're going to get 8 yards on each of these, keep going.
Clock stops. 2 timeouts left for Mount Carmel. They're up by 6. They just gave up the big play to the Dunmore, but quickly with 2 plays already in the Dunmore territory. Moving the ball down quickly through the air with their experienced quarterback, Cole Spears. Inside to Blessing. He has a hole. He's in the secondary. Puts his shoulder down. He's still moving up to the 22. 25-yard gain for Luke Blessing.
Nice job with the play action from the quarterback. Let's see what happens here. Linebackers got washed down. Number 77, Noah Shimko. Again, we keep calling his name.
Good block by Al Bailey.
Al Bailey, they're just moving the linebackers, shielding them, and that's why Blessing was able to squeeze out there 25 yards.
Play action. Spears under pressure. Gets it out. One-handed grab by Blessing. Still on his feet, tiptoeing down the sidelines. Up to the 11-yard line, gain of 12, a perfect storm renovations, first down inside the Kelly Mahindra red
Hey,
zone.
you watch this, he's going through his progressions. There's pressure on him. 1, 2, and he says, oh, there's my check valve right there, and one-handed grab. Tremendous job. What an athlete.
4 plays, and they're already at the Dunmore 11. Mount Carmel showing their offensive capabilities here, and a timeout on the field. Called by the Dunmore Bucks, got to give them a break. Here are the 2 coaches tonight. John Dara on the left, Kevin McHale on the right. 2 young coaches, both played high school football. Kevin McHale, a protege of Jack Hens's. John Dara, boy, protege of,
I'd have to say,
Whitey Williams, maybe?
Whitey Williams, and also Frank Sheptock.
Frank Sheptock?
When John, I was a
at
assistant
Wilkes,
coach.
yeah.
Wilkes. So, and again, Coach Sheptock was a Mount Carmel guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Bloomsburg.
Cam Dean Francesco, too. Don't forget about him.
Yes.
Down at Mount Carmel. And, we talked about the Red Tornadoes. I have 6 District 4 titles, last one in 2011. But more importantly, 5 state titles for this Mount Carmel team. 890 wins, which Amanda talked about. I mean, they played over 1,000 games in their career here.
That's
at Mount Carmel. When you're talking football history, I mean, I'd start right here.
Absolutely. I mean, Northeast Pennsylvania is really putting an exclamation point on football programs that we have. We have, like we said, we have Dunmore. We have Valley View. I mean, and Berwick. They're just Southern Columbia. I mean, wow.
Mount Carmel doesn't like that word, Southern Columbia.
Oh, I know that.
We'll talk about that when we look at their schedule. They've met 5 of the last 6 AA finals down there. Mount Carmel yet to beat them. But let's focus right here. Spears the fake. Spears with a block. Don Vito grabbing onto him to the 5. And they can pick up a first down at the 1, by the way.
Well, Spears, 5'10", 165 pounds. Looked like it was about 240 pounds right there. Dips his shoulder, watch, and he turns his back, and he still keeps his legs pumping. Look at that. He refuses to go down. There were 3 Bucks there trying to take him down.
To say Mount Carmel wants to, I don't want to say revenge, but get back what they lost last week, because they led by 14 against North School, because
Yes,
they
they
let
did.
it slip away. Here, they're going to say, we're not going to let this slip away. Look at this drive they're putting on. Started at their own 31, 6 plays down the field.
Well, and that's what they've done all evening. They've had these great drives that they end up in scoring.
Jason McDermott with the call.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense number 10, 5-yard penalty, replay second down.
Well, that will hurt them. There's your referees from the Lackawanna Football Conference tonight. So second down and goal, or second down and 10, call it, because they can get a first at the 1. Again, if you're Mount Carmel, a field goal is good here. You get the ball to begin the third quarter, right? And this is a 2-score drive. Good defense in there. DeSando catches Spears. Clock rolling. 2 timeouts left for the Red Tornadoes. Spears has his helmet come off. We'll see if they have to make him go off. But
again, quarterback trying to keep it towards the middle of the field. So that might be what Coach Dara said. Let's just, we're going to march down. If we score, great. If not, we're backup plan. We'll use a timeout, kick a field goal.
good. Here you go. Spears, he looks a little gimpy. I remember he hurt his leg last year. Oh, he lost his shoe. His shoe came off, the helmet came off. So let's see what they're going to do. Into the Wildcat, or are they going to, this is Matt Belichick. Nope, this is the sophomore. We saw him, Gavin Marshlick, last year against Southern Columbia come in. Now he's a sophomore, 5'11". He played a bunch last week, so this isn't new for him. They'll actually make him throw. To the backside. Tipped at the line of scrimmage. Great job by the Dunmore D. Might have had Schultz in the back of the end zone, but great job by that defense getting a paw up.
Well, Jake was pleading his case to the official, saying he was held on that. So let's see.
Trayvon Best, I think, got a hand on it.
He did. He definitely tipped the ball. So in college, I know they would say it's uncatchable, but
so no field goal. It's marked 4th down. They'll call timeout. What do you do here? The kicker is Shoppy. He's 3 for 4 PATs last week. Has one tonight. One was blocked. Do you go for the field goal, or do you go for a touchdown?
Go for the field goal, because that makes it a 2-score game at that point.
And they get the ball to begin the third quarter.
And that's got to be the assurance right now that Coach Dara has in the back of his head, saying, okay, let's get this guy, let's get our kicker some work, and let's see what he can do.
Coming up in the Toyota halftime report, we'll check in with the Fox 56 News first at 10 and see what's coming up tonight at 10. And then Coach and I will be back with scores and highlights and the check presentation that's coming up in the Toyota halftime report. Trying to give you some scores from around the area that are noteworthy. Loyalsock beating Hughesville 21-0. We will see Loyalsock and Southern Columbia next week. Southern Columbia 14-0 over Shamokin. A little bit closer than I have expected.
We have a baseball score at Pittston, 3-2. Williamsport beating them.
Crestwood beating Dallas 15-7. Western Wayne beating North Pocono. Couple scores from around the area. So they will go for it, Coach. They're not going to listen to you.
Well, that's why I'm up here.
Let's see if they try to. Timeout Dunmore. So we had a nice, fast-moving first half, and now we're slowing it down, but that's okay. Gives us time to take a breath. Coach Dara maybe changing his mind. He's not even bringing the kicker out, so it's going to be a 4th down call with 44 seconds left in this one, 13-7 your score. But maybe he's thinking, hey, no matter what happens, we get the ball. But, the only thing, if they don't make it, Dunmore's going to have a chance. They'll get the ball back at least.
Well, they have one timeout. It would be 40. Well, we're at 44 seconds, as everybody can see on the television. But, that's a lot of pressure for these kids. 44 to go, 80-plus yards is tough.
Well, this would be a big momentum win for Dunmore if they can hold it, because they went straight down the field in 6 plays, as I said. Then a penalty, then Dunmore defense. They can hold here, Dunmore. They'll have some momentum maybe going into the second half.
And they shouldn't have their heads hanging down at all, because this game has been tooth and nail, back and back.
Spears,
fight.
Spears back in on 4th down. Trying to hit it to Schultz. Fighting back there. No flag. There is a flag. It's a late flag. They're going to call, looks like pass interference maybe on Gabe Franek, the junior. Took a while for the referee to get his flag out. Judgment call there, but going to go Mount Carmel way, it looks like.
Pass interference, defense number 33. Half the distance to the goal, replay 4th down.
Okay, so Franek had him, and then they're going to call on Don Vito. We'll look at this one right now. Let's see what we see. It was number 8, so I don't know, 33. 33 wasn't even near him, so got the number wrong. We saw
it was
Franek,
but
not sure on that one. On 4th down, it's a tough one to call if you're a referee. But it's still 4th down because it's not a spot foul. it's half the distance to the goal. Remember that. So
That's
it's 4th
right.
and 5. So the penalty at least gives Mount Carmel one more play with 39 seconds left, and that's most important.
I'll tell you,
Maybe you don't need your head turned around in high
but
school
he had
football.
it turned though. He had his head. He had good body position. Unless if we could get a different view of it, that would be awesome to see. So it is questionable. I can understand Coach McHale's frustration on that.
Well, if you're Coach Dare, you're happy.
Yeah.
But okay, we'll watch for number 8. Maybe he hit him before the ball was there.
But he's
That's what I'm
allowed to
gonna
go
say.
for the ball. I mean, the ball was behind, so, but it was, yeah. You know what? And that's what high school football, again, these officials, they get so much pressure put on them, to get everything right all the time. And that's kind of hard to be perfect like that.
So one more 4th down opportunity for Mount Carmel. Looks like they're right inside the 5. They can't get a first down, remember. Let's see what they're going to do. Oh, Dunmore jumped against another half the distance. Still 4th down.
Prior to the snap, full start.
Oh, they're calling it on
Number
Mount
1.
Carmel.
Offense.
They're calling on
It was
Malichik.
number- It was
5-yard
number
penalty.
1.
Replay 4th down.
Chase Malichik moved. And back. We go back to about the 11-yard line. 4th down again. Let's try this again, Coach.
Well, we were cruising through the first quarter, almost through the second quarter, and the last minute and a half has been interesting.
They haven't switched. They haven't seen a field goal kicker. They're gonna leaving the offense. They're going to call timeout. Now, Coach Darren, he's thinking about it. I don't know.
I wouldn't
two-
want to.
big penalty on each.
Yeah, it has been, and I wouldn't want to play cards with Coach Darren because if you look at his face, it doesn't change. So I mean, you can't tell what he's thinking right now.
Well, he's coming up with the play. He's pulling out that card he has, and he's going to pull out the play. And on 4th down and 9, the ball on the 10. They can't get a first down.
UNB Bank is proud to be your hometown bank and fully supports high school football. With locations in Mount Carmel and New Media, UNB offers lending that's local, service that's personal, and banking that's trusted. UNB Bank, supporting our community for over a century.
Thank them for sponsoring tonight's game. Mount Carmel friendly, Southern Columbia friendly. Thank you to UNB Bank. So here come the Red Tornadoes back out, up by 6. This last 44 seconds has lasted about 7 minutes. So Spears and company back out, Blessing next to him. The center is Gavin Demko, he's a junior. We're still inside the Kelly Mahindra red zone. Here we go. Spears rolling. He has a receiver in and out of hands of Diaz. Great defense by there by DeSando. He just got a hand in there and it goes incomplete.
Our spotlight player for the Bucks comes up huge. What a momentum stop for the Bucks. Great job. Watch this. One hand right in there at the last moment. Pops it out of there. Great job. That was number 9.
DeSando.
Yep. Nice job.
He had him for a split second. Here with a great angle here.
Look at this. Watch this. And you see they're dropping back. 29's in good position. Had to throw over him. And he just comes right in there with that hand. I'll tell you what, Coach McHale right now just could breathe a little bit.
Yep. So Dunmore going to line up in the kind of victory formation, probably take a knee here. And they will. So the Dunmore defense holds. They respond 13-0 down, get a good special teams touchdown from Pika. It's a 6-point ball game at the half here between number 9 Mount Carmel and number 8 Dunmore. Mount Carmel, Amanda Cool, gonna be with Mount Carmel coach John Dare momentarily. We'll wait for her as both teams head to the locker room here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Remember, coming up, I'll look at the Fox 56 News first at 10. And then Coach and I will be back with stats and highlights. A good football game here between two of the more prestigious programs in Pennsylvania history. Amanda now with Coach Dara. Amanda?
Coach, any second thoughts on not going for the field goal there?
No. You know, we were happy with the call. I think we had it as a close play. But no, stick with the decision.
What did you like about the first half?
You know, I thought we made some big plays. That's what we expect out of this group.
All right, Coach, good luck.
All right.
There you have it, guys.
Coach, thanks, Coach, for
Thanks,
stopping.
Amanda.
13-7 your score at the half. We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Toyota Halftime.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Report. We are happy to present a check on behalf of Manuka Subaru and Friday Night Rivals to Dunmore School District. Mark Finan, the athletic director here at Dunmore. Present him a check for $250 to the Dunmore School District. We are back in the booth. Bob I, Jan Cechek, Amanda Cool at halftime. Well, she'll talk to Kevin McHale when he comes back out. Good offense, good defense, we've seen good special teams. We've seen about everything tonight here at Veterans Memorial Stadium.
When we talk about week 1 to week 2, what the improvements will be, and you're seeing it right now, how effective Mount Carmel's offense has been tonight. I mean, it's just incredible. Spears right now is 160 yards passing. I mean, he's got one touchdown to Diaz. Diaz has 2 receptions for 71 yards. Blessing, 7 carries for 64 yards. And Belichick also has 45 yards in the touchdown. So they're doing things very well. Dunmore, I'm really impressed with their defense. They really stymied them at the end there to try to keep this game close because they know Mount Carmel's going to get the ball to start. And rushing-wise, Dunmore's doing what they do best. They rush the ball. They're about 70, 75 yards rushing on the ground right now. So
thought we'd see a little bit more passing from the Bucks, but they wanted to keep it on the ground. Maybe they'll open up into the third quarter. Do you expect that from Kevin McHale?
I think, Bob, you had mentioned in the first half you'd like to see some more quarterback play action passes, and I think they're going to try to set that up because if they flex him outside, our spotlight player of the game, they flex him out. He's a great receiver too, so he's a dual threat.
Yeah, they have some great tight ends. Those Dunmore, some
Yes.
outside receivers get Pika down there. So maybe they'll open things up on that Dunmore offense. Mount Carmel, meanwhile, if you get the ball in the third quarter, you want to do the same thing you did at the end of the second quarter. Drive it right down. Difference is you want to score.
This time. And again, it wasn't even a questionable pass interference. It was, and they couldn't capitalize because Dunmore really played stout down there.
How about those special teams from Dunmore? Pika taking it 80 yards. And let's take a look at some first half highlights. And again, you know, pretty good football game. Spears.
Here we go, right here. Look at that pass right in there to number 1.
Chase Belichick with the
Belichick.
first touchdown. Second
the
touchdown, I called it. I'll make a note of that.
You did, Bob.
Xavier
And
Diaz.
That looks like exactly what they did against North Schuylkill. That young man is very elusive. And here we go. Here's this wonderful kickoff return by Pika coming right at you into your living room, folks. Look at that. He avoids 2 tacklers, and he gets right in there, even with the diving stretch right there, trying to punch the ball out. Keeps Dunmore tight into this game. And there, look at that. I'll tell you, Bob, you had mentioned about the tight ends getting lost, and Schultz has had 2 great receptions in there.
Here's part of that. As part of this last drive, you see Blessing go down, and then Bowen gets it out to his player. So we'll bring it back here. You saw the highlights as Blessing takes it pretty big. You mentioned his numbers. On the paper, he looked like Mount Carmel is up by like 24 points. But again, just 13-7 is the score. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with our Friday Night Rivals Top 10, and we'll get you ready for the second half here on MyTV. Both teams getting set to come back on the field. 13-7 your score. Amanda, with Kevin McHale, the Dunmore coach, on the sidelines.
Right, Coach, a huge stop to end that half. You know, you got to be proud of your defense. What did you like?
Yeah, they hung in there at the half. They made a big play, so that's a good thing going forward for us. Gave us some momentum going into the locker room.
How do you keep that momentum going, and what was your message to the team at the half?
You know, just keep doing what we're doing. We're running the ball. I think it was taking a toll on them. We're playing pretty good defense. Gave up a few big plays, but besides for that, I think we're playing pretty well.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck this half.
You.
All right, guys, back to you.
Thanks, Amanda. Jan,
Yes.
thoughts?
Oh, I'll tell you what, Coach McHale hit it right on the head. They're in this game. No, there's no reason to push the panic button at this point. Coach Dara on the other side, he's just going to do, Bob, what you alluded to at halftime. He's just going to keep doing what he's doing. And again, he's got a nice mix of run-pass going on right now to keep Dunmore on their heels a little bit. But, you know, Coach McHale's answer to that is we're going to just do ball control on offense.
And wear them down. Here's our Friday Night Rivals Week 1, top 10. We'll see how it changes. Southern Columbia winning, North Schuylkill losing, Selinsgrove winning. Prep plays tomorrow here against West. Jersey Shore winning. Delaware Valley losing, Coach, right to Harrisburg.
Yep.
Loyalsock winning. Dunmore and Mount Carmel 8 and 9. You see the score, and Lackawanna Trail winning as well. So we may have some people in and out. But again, week 2 of high school football. There's your top 10. We'll see how it changes into next week. But you know, Southern Columbia is rolling. Selinsgrove looking very good. Looking a little sluggish tonight against Juniata. Jersey Shore, man, they say tradition doesn't graduate. That's the motto out there. And again, they're coming back again at it. It doesn't matter who's playing it. We're in that old new orange Bulldog uniform. Jersey Shore is always there.
I'll tell you, Coach Gravish does a wonderful job out there with Jersey Shore. These guys, and again, we thought this was going to be a down year. He even said, I'm not sure about this year. I know we got some kids, but they're playing on all cylinders right now.
And how about next week? We'll have number 7 Loyalsock, number 1 Southern Columbia out at Loyalsock in the township. Again, Loyalsock, some people say shocked Southern Columbia last year at Tiger Stadium, Jim Roth Field. Southern has this game circled. They want redemption on everybody that beat them last year. And we'll see. Maybe they're looking ahead tonight, Southern. They're looking okay against Shamokin. They're winning. But that should be a great matchup next week.
It'll be another great Friday night rival being presented by WQMY. I tell you, and our production crew, they're the tops in the business right now. I know Ernie Mignoni, he's switched over to audio, and they put him in his own special booth back there in the trailer. So, you know, these guys do a tremendous job.
He is special. No doubt about that. Ernie's doing a great job. JJ tonight on replay for the first time. Hey, and we'll be back at it tomorrow. Quick turnaround for our crew. Always love doing the Mayor's Cup game, and now it's on Labor Day weekend. Opening day,
yes.
At noon tomorrow. Wilkes and Kings.
Well, the closest rivalry in the country, separated by one city block, and they actually share that block.
Yes, they do. That they do. And, you know, Wilkes beat them last year, 58-42. You know, Kings wants to get that trophy back for sure.
They do, and we know that 58 points doesn't sit well with Coach right now.
Nope, not at all. Coach Dare going to do another interview for the Mount Carmel student TV station. They do a great job down there, WKRC I believe it is. They do an awesome job. They have replays, they have great features, great graphics, good play-by-play. So they're doing a great job down there at Mount Carmel, covering their team no matter where. There are a bunch of kids here tonight.
And I'll tell you, that's what a great program in terms of football, but just even their production, their TV, that they have the ability at the school to do that.
You don't win 890 games for nothing. Okay, Carter Vision Nissan kickoff. Second half getting underway here at Dunmore. Eric Reese has it teed up. Last time he kicked it short. It will be short again. Take a roll. And bobbled and barely picked up by Kimsel. Kimsel takes a hard hit. Still on his feet. And he's finally taken down near the 25-yard line.
Well, I like that they're squibbing the ball, but that was a deep squib. Again, keep it away from Diaz because they know how explosive he is.
So what was Spears in the first half?
Spears had 160 yards passing. So, again, and rushing-wise, they had 130. So they're so well-balanced right now. And I like that their formation is that they've opened up. Last week they were predominantly a double-tight wing with the fullback offset. So this is nice to see them breaking out of that.
Well, they ran the 2-minute offense almost to perfection, but they couldn't score. Let's see if they go back to the run. They do. Blessing hit from behind. Escapes that tackle and shoots through, and second effort gets him 8. Blessing, 5'11", 185-pound junior.
Number 59 didn't quite have him wrapped up. He made him force him back inside. And the 59 is Nathan Rother, 6'2", 315-pound senior.
Early season Friday night rival showdown here. Two top 10 teams and a great matchup here as both teams will get into their respective conferences in the next few weeks. Back to Blessing. Didn't like the inside. Gets a block by Belichick, and he's all the way down to the 50. 16 yards for number 24. Figured law for first down.
Brought down by number 7, Chris Conte.
Good vision, though, Coach.
Real good vision. Key block right there, Bob. You had mentioned that just now. Number 1 comes in, Belichick comes in, just comes off the edge, seals that outside linebacker that springs out for that first down.
Yeah, the offense is clicking. I'm telling you, for Mount Carmel, Dunmore's defense is standing, in their way right inside the 20. Quick out to Schultz. Diaz with a block from him, and Schultz just runs over DeSando and kind of gives him a stare.
Real quick, nice job. He looks the ball in. Diaz, key block out there. You would think just being the little receiver, as fast and good as he is, he's not going to block, but he's a total team player.
Schultz, 23 catches last year, 539 yards. There's a figure law first down for Blessing. Good push from that offensive line.
That offensive line, so far, I know it's only the 4th play in this series to start the half, but they are taking care of that offensive line of scrimmage. They're getting their helmets underneath of the defensive line and reestablishing that line of scrimmage.
Blessing again. DeVito on the bottom, looks like, and Bess with the tackle. It is Bess, a couple yards.
There it is. Look at inside, patient running, and he's just following the big bodies up front. And A.J. Bailey, number 28, 5'11", 220-pound juniors in the backfield.
Out to Diaz, and Diaz, he's got speed. He outruns everyone. He's in for a Mount Carmel touchdown, a 39-yard connection.
Well, I'll tell you what a great play. This young man is a talented athlete, and you guys are seeing one of the best around. Look at this. Great block by number 28. I just mentioned A.J. Bailey. He just smothered him, and there was nothing but end zone for Diaz right there.
Well, Mount Carmel did what they couldn't do at the end of the second quarter, and that's put up a score. So, swinging gate. Spears still in. Out. And it is caught by Blessing. Dunmore look a little lost. They convert the 2-point conversion, and it's back to a 14-point lead for Mount Carmel. We'll take a timeout here. 10:03 left in the third. So a 76-yard drive, 6 plays for Mount Carmel. They go to the swinging gate. We'll take a look at the 2-point conversion after the choppy kickoff. And we talked about Mount Carmel's offense on a roll. That time they did convert. A little squib kick. Again, it's still live, and they're going to give up some field position, but they don't really care. Let's take a look at this 2-point conversion again on the swinging gate.
Well, again, that was just it caught Dunmore, by surprise. Obviously, it's something you may not have practiced. Obviously, we know Mount Carmel has practiced that because they ran that to perfection. 24 lined up at that, it looked like the center spot. They had everybody else on the other side, like I said, that swinging gate. So he was the 7th man on, and he's eligible to have the pass thrown to him for that 2-point conversion.
Well, let's see what Michael Perry's offense wants to run here. The offensive coordinator, longtime running back here. Calling the offense. No panic yet. Go right to that running game. Wear them down to the 4th quarter, but Mount Carmel's there, said, you're not going to run on us. Logan Herb, the big sophomore right in the middle there, puts his paws right on the Dunmore running back.
Well, you just see that they're charged up right now. They got rid of the offensive linemen. They're shedding their blocks, getting in there to the running backs, holding them at the line of scrimmage.
Shimko there as well. We talked about him, 6'5", 300-pound junior. Again, I'd love to see Dunmore go to a play action or something. See what they do to Bowen. 4-year starter. They're going to go to the air. They're going to get it out, and a great catch by Pika. Diving catch past the 40. So 3rd down on the way for the Bucks.
Nice job getting the ball out quickly, and I think this was a one-handed grab, if I'm not mistaken. Look at that. great concentration. He pulled it in, made sure that ball never touched the ground.
Pika last year, 19 catches, 295 yards, and 4 touchdowns last season for this Dunmore team that went to the District 2 AA final.
Thomas Bowen, you know, playing field general out there, getting guys lined up where they should be.
False start on Vito, and I'm going to say, Coach, how big is this offensive series
Prior to the snap,
for Dunmore?
False start,
It's
33 offense. 5-yard penalty, replay third down.
It's huge. I mean, because last time that Mount Carmel scored, Dunmore on the return brought it back in. So they need to counter right now with like a right hook right now to keep this drive alive and keep this going.
Yeah, I think we're not we're maybe underestimating how good Mount Carmel's defense is tonight, because they only gave up their 7 points on a special teams play on a kickoff. They have not let this offense get down the field too much.
No, they have not. I mean, we talked about, I think they had a total of 70 yards or so rushing, which is nothing.
I went back trying to set up a screen. They do, and they have some blockers. This is DeSando weaving his way, still on his feet. And he's got a figure law first down. Tough 10-yard run from Dom DeSando keeps the drive going for the Bucks.
Well, we know that's why he was our player spotlight, and this is a great call, great time. Look at all the Crimson jerseys right out in front of them. Nice job, 75, 63, 53. They're all down there doing their job. Those offensive linemen, we don't get a lot of recognition, but we know when we do our jobs because we're in the ball games and we're scoring.
That's a huge first down pickup at this point of the game for the Dunmore Bucks. Let's see if they can keep it going. There's the play action. They're looking deep, and they have a receiver. He connects to Franek, the junior, inside Red Tornado territory. Best pass of the night. Give him 11, another figures law first down.
Well, Coach Ide right now going back to what he said, play action pass. Look at that, great job. And again, wonderful pass routes that are being done right now by the Bucks. Go into the dead zone, get the first downs, keep the sticks moving, and more importantly, keep this drive alive.
Bowen last week against Old Forge, 8 of 16, 127 and a touchdown. Let's see if they're going to use his experience and his arm to get back in this one, trailing by 14. Back to DeSando. DeSando finding a gap and finding running room. And he's still on his feet. They're going to mark it. 9, let's see, close to a first down in the line of game, 2 yards short.
Wow, what I liked was watching number 77, Rogan Doherty, and Anthony Anelli, the junior, downfield blocking. Look at these guys. They're downfield, folks. They're getting a piece of a white jersey. They're just going to the whistle. That was great running, great blocking.
Garicki, the freshman from Mount Carmel, with the tackle. This is Dunmore football. Trying to get back into this one. Back to DeSando. And hello, Maddox Reed. He read that pretty well. Third down on the way.
He saw that window open, and he crashed right through it on that. Nice job. That was the backside. That was the power game. You saw number 75, Anelli, trying to get out and pull, and he just read that perfectly and drops him for a loss.
Dunmore's offense put up 370 total yards last week and 35 points against Old Forge. Right now, just 7 on the board, and that came via special teams. Pitch to Pika. Has a blocker, but can't get much more. Great defense. Ball's on the turf. Let's see what the referees say. But Reed was in there quickly along with Miller, and it looks like the Red Tornadoes have it, and it will be a Mount Carmel ball, the second fumble of the night for the Dunmore Bucks, and it stops another drive.
Well, right now the Bucks are hurting themselves. They're stopping themselves. Number 29 on the kickout block, but again, that inside linebacker, number 3, Maddox Reed, the senior, coming flying in there, makes a great play, and then the ball squeezes out. Mount Carmel stops that drive.
Pressure now back on the Dunmore defense to hold this offense that has things clicking here tonight. Second fumble of the night. Blessing in the hole, still on his feet. Players playing both ways, and he gains 5. Time now for Amanda in the student section of the Dunmore Bucks. Amanda?
Right, Bob, we have a really unique student section here in Dunmore. When I talked to your principal earlier, he said almost all the students are involved in the game except both the girls and boys soccer teams. So talk about what makes your student section so unique.
I think we bring a lot of energy, to the whole city. I think we're one of the best student sections in the area. Dunmore's not a very big town, but we have a lot of heart and a very small amount of people. So I'm hoping we get the whole like extracurriculars involved in the student section and make this place great.
Liam, you're the goalie on the soccer team. What's it like for you guys? You have a big game tomorrow against North Pocono, but what's it like, for the soccer team to come out here and support the football team?
It means everything. It means everything to a lot of people. I feel like we're at our strength, and tomorrow we got a very tough match against North Pocono, and it's 2 great teams. And I think I know our boys can pull through. I know we're gonna win.
Thanks, Liam. Good luck.
Thank you,
guys. Back to you.
Diaz bobbing and weaving, and the mark's going to be for a first down. He's close to the line to gain, Coach.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Last time we thought it. Here's that fumble. Let's see what happens in here. Cuts back in. Yep, he had one hand on the ball.
Miller.
He tried coming in and got punched out.
4th and 1. They're going to go for it, and Dunmore can't stop him. Spears through behind his big offensive line, gains 4, and it's a figure law first down for Mount Carmel.
Cole Spears took that one right for the team. Coming up a little, looks like he twisted his ankle in there. But look at that surge by the offensive line. They're just pushing the dark maroon jerseys out of the way.
The drive keeps going for this Mount Carmel offense. Back to Blessing. Blessing stiff-arming everybody, but Dunmore's Crimson D is there. Host the Bucks make the play. Let's see if they mark it about a half-yard gain.
A lot of running to gain a little, but you know what? That's what this game's about, inches in here. And this is where, look, he's just, Blessing is just going back and forth, trying to make something happen, making Dunmore Bucks miss, and then finally get a half a yard for all that effort.
Carmel with a 42-14 win last year against this Buck team down at the Silver Bowl. Trying to do the same thing here, but on the road. 4-man rush. They're going to go down, and they almost get it picked off. DeSando was there, trying to hit Lukoski downfield, a little bit underthrown, and DeSando almost pulled it off.
That was good coverage by DeSando. The ball was just thrown behind. And you can see there was a wobble on the ball. May have gotten tipped at the line. Good concentration, way to break that down.
So it's 3rd down now and 10, let's call it. Right near midfield for Mount Carmel.
Last time they threw the screenplay on this.
4-man rush. Quick out and nice pitch and catch to Schultz. And Schultz is still going. Jacob Schultz on his way for a Mount Carmel touchdown, 53 yards. 15 did it himself.
Well, Mount Carmel, they have a recipe right now that's working. They're going to hit you with either Blessing or Spears in the running game, and then they're going to come back to Diaz or Schultz, and this is great. Job spinning. And look at that. Good ball protection, and he just got good breakaway speed for the touchdown.
All-reaching linebacker Nick DeVito had him, but Schultz shedded him like a warm coat on a hot day. Shoppy the PAT. Mount Carmel's offense is rolling. Their PATs right now are not. That goes a little bit left, and it's 27-7. 20-point lead for the Red Tornadoes. So Mount Carmel with the loss last week, trying to avenge that, and here's what they have rest of the way back to PHAC play. Bloomsburg, Midwest, Hughesville, Shikellamy, and Shamokin. The big game, October 13th, Friday the 13th, against Southern Columbia at home. where they lost last year in the district final on a snowy November night, if you remember.
I do, and I'll tell you what, they do have that game circled on their calendar. Milton right now is beating Towanda. Bloomsburg, I didn't catch the score. Midwest, they've been struggling the last few years. Hughesville has been up and down. We know Southern and Schick and Shamokin. They have a new coach at Shamokin, and we'll see. Last week they struggled. At times they looked really tough, Shamokin did, but that's at the end of the season. We're not even worried about that. We have to get through this week to worry about next week.
Dunmore ranked 3rd in the state by Penn Live. Mount Carmel looking like the 3rd best team in the state tonight in AA. Behind, of course, Mount Carmel at number 1. You may be the 3rd best team in the state, but the number 1 team happens to be in your district, and you keep playing them and keep losing. Mount Carmel can't get over that hump. Car Vision Nissan kickoff. It's short again, taken by an up man. The special teams recover it, and the Bucks will have it at the 40-yard line. And here we take a look at this one again.
They just get that real quick swing out pass. Again, you see tight end, he just spins and keeps going. That's what I mean, just good breakaway speed here. He's getting good blocks from his other receivers to make sure there's to run interference so he can get in there for that touchdown. Jacob Schultz.
North Schuylkill losing to Blue Mountain 18-14 in that game, 3rd quarter. Minutes left in this one. And it right up the middle. That went to Ryan Mecca. A little change of pace for Dunmore as they got to just get first downs, and you got to get a score.
Well, they just run the ISO, power ISO right there. You saw 75 in your screen. Fullback led them through. Great job by Mecca picking up that figure law first down.
It's on the Mount Carmel side of the field right now. Let's see if we go play action or what we're going to do for Dunmore. Got to get this one. And the center moved the ball. Tulio, the senior, moved it. Jason McDermott's going to make the call, back up Dunmore 5.
Prior to the ball start, 75 offense, 5-yard penalty, replay first down.
They're actually going to call it on a Nelly, but I think I saw the ball move.
I did see he double clutched it, as I heard our wonderful announcers to the right say.
Over to the right.
Well,
that'll be the MPF Network, Dunmore Football Network, by the way, for people who can't see in our booth. Got it.
Yeah, we're having like a little party in here tonight. There's 4 of us.
Here goes Bowen, back, pumps, gonna go deep. Into DeSando, and he overthrew him. Double coverage down there for Mount Carmel. Lukowski had the initial coverage on DeSando. Goes incomplete.
Again, they run that 3-4 defense, so it's a lot easier for that outside linebacker to ride him up to the sidelines, and then he's going to have help from the safety in the backfield to cover that. So again, even though they went long, it was into double coverage.
Dunmore's offense has been able to run the ball, but they keep making mistakes at bad times, like right there. Hello, Logan Herb. I'm a sophomore, and I'm going to take you down. That's what he says from Mount Carmel. Big loss on the play.
That you'll just see that. That just was like the draw play. It's a great play, except when you have guys like number 55 coming in and just blowing it up on you.
Third and about 21 to go. You're trailing 27-7. It's late here in the third, and again, Dunmore can run it a little bit. Their passing game has been non-existent tonight. Bowen needs a big play. Tries to get it downfield to Hickey. Goes incomplete, and I think the punt team has to come on if you're Dunmore. You can't give the field position here, and a flag down, and I think this may be unsportsmanlike against somebody. Here's a replay of this play, though, Coach. Right at you.
Look at that, right out. Oh. Again, they're trying to, they're feeling the pressure right now, Dunmore is, and they've got to just calm themselves down.
Jason McDermott's going to figure out the call. Let's see what it was. Definitely a
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 3, defense. 15-yard penalty, 4th down.
Okay, so the 15 yards doesn't really get you a first down.
Nah.
It's 4th down, but maybe Dunmore now goes for it.
Well, they got that draw play that backfired on them. So now it's 4th and 11.
Maddox Reed had something to say to the sidelines, and the referee heard it.
And that's a point of emphasis when we were at the Schuylkill Valley Media Day. The officials spoke and said, we're not going to tolerate it. And they made it clear there's no talking back to the officials. If the call's made, it's done.
Kevin McHale roll the dice right at midfield. 4th down and called 11. He's got pressure. He throws it down, and it is caught.
Wow.
Pika, it's going to depend on a left or right footing. What foot is it? And I believe it's going to be a first down. Pika comes up hobbling again.
He's signaling first down, but he's also...
They're moving the change at the figure law first down as Pika goes down.
What roll of the dice. We'll have to call him Riverboat right now. Nice job. Wow. Right at the spot. That was a great job.
Needed 11, got 11.5 as Diaz was right there as well. Pika's going to, he's been cramping up since the first half, so probably that's all it is. But how about Dunmore? Needing a big play, got a big play, keep the drive going. They still have some air left in them.
UNB Bank is proud to be your hometown bank and fully supports high school football. With locations in Mount Carmel and New Media, UNB offers lending that's local, service that's personal, and banking that's trusted. UNB Bank, supporting our community for over a century.
Again tomorrow, Kings versus Wilkes Mayor's Cup. I gotta say, probably one of the only times, the first time ever, it's been the first game of the year as Wilkes goes to the Landmark Conference. Kings stays in the MAC. So they'll play the first game for the 27th Mayor's Cup. We'll be on the air at noon tomorrow. First, we got to finish this great Friday Night Rivals high school game between number 9 Mount Carmel, number 8 Dunmore. And we'll have some movement in Friday Night Rivals Top 10, which you can catch with Amanda and I every Tuesday night at 10 on the Fox 56 News First at 10. North Schuylkill still losing, coach to Blue Mountain. We may see Blue Mountain in the top 10 this week if they pull off that upset. Okay, right here, Dunmore has the ball on that last 4th down call. Couldn't tell if that was Pico or Mecca. Well, Pico came out. That has to be Mecca.
Yeah.
So Mecca again, DeSando a breather.
And Diaz comes flying up. Lots of pressure from number 15 right there. Jacob Schultz, yep. We've been calling his name a lot offensively and defensively. He's been really stout from that defensive end position.
Well,
or excuse me, outline linebacker.
Dunmore, I think, has got to show a little more urgency here, down 26 points. Going to start the 4th quarter. Bowen, rolling, gets it out. Pass to Sano, sheds 2 tackles and is up for a figure law first down to the 24. Gain of 14, 3 seconds left. They'll probably roll that one out. But that will be good momentum for Dunmore going into the 4th quarter.
That's what they needed to keep this drive alive, especially a big play like that. Great job.
And they'll roll it off, and there we go. Mount Carmel extended that lead in the 3rd. They have a 26-point lead going into the 4th. In the Friday Night Rivals Game of the Week.
Seven to 7. It's time now to meet our Figured Law Firm Scholar Athletes of the Night. Every week we introduce you to 2 new scholar athletes, 1 from each school, and at the end of the football season we are going to give one $5,000 scholarship out to one of these lucky athletes. Tonight's scholar athlete from Mount Carmel is Ava Chapman. Ava is a member of the basketball and track and field teams, and she's a captain on both the soccer and cheer teams. Ava is ranked #1 in her class and is a member of the National Honor Society. She's also her class president. She plans to attend a 4-year college to major in early childhood education and play basketball. And from Dunmore, we have quarterback Thomas Bowen. Thomas is the captain of the football, basketball, and tennis teams. He was the May Student of the Month, and he's in the Teens Against Corporate Tobacco Club. He also volunteers at St. Joe's and St. Rocco's, and he plans on studying accounting in college. Bob, Jan, 2 incredible student athletes from our area. Looking forward to meeting the rest of them throughout this year.
Thank you, Amanda, and 2 more outstanding scholar athletes who will be vying for
Those
the $5,000 scholarship.
Amanda, you get to meet the top of the top, cream of the crop, I should say, student athletes from all these schools, and it's going to be such a hard decision for Bob and the rest of the crew to make that, to award that $5,000 scholarship. Right now, Pisha's down on the ground cramping up, so that's why there's a stoppage right now. My hat's off again. I always say this about the training staffs from all the schools. They do a tremendous job getting these football players, make sure, 1, they're safe, and 2, to get them back healthy.
Okay, the goal for Dunmore this year to get to that District 2 AA championship. No matter what happens tonight, they'll be back into Lackawanna Football Conference play next Saturday when they take on Susquehanna. Then it's a game against Riverside. And last check, Riverside was losing to Mid-Valley. We'll double check on that.
Yep.
Big game with Lakeland, Western Wayne, Honesdale, and the end of the season with West Scranton here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Pika still down.
Get some score updates. It's 18-17, Blue Mountain over North Schuylkill. So North Schuylkill's coming back.
Spartans fighting back at Spartan Stadium.
Yep. Jersey Shore 32-zip. Southern 41-0. Tunkhannock 14-6 over Hanover. North Pocono 10, Western Wayne 9, 14-6 Mid-Valley over Riverside. And we saw Riverside last week explode offensively.
So a lot of scores, a lot of adjustments between week 1 and 2, Coach. You know that.
Yep. Wyoming area is rolling, 41-12 over Honesdale.
Okay, Pika's still down. We'll take a timeout. 11:53 left in the game. We'll be right back. Pika had to be helped off the field. We're back. Dunmore's second down. Little option to Sando. Nowhere to go. Jacob Schultz meets him head on at the 35, and he's taken down there. The Mount Carmel defense pitching a shutout tonight. The only scores on special teams. Dunmore's offense trying to find anything that will work.
Mount Carmel right now is just flowing really quick and fast to the ball. They run the option, and DeSando was just behind the ball. You're supposed to maintain a relationship with the quarterback, but he was too far out and too far deep for that, and that's why they lost 6 yards on it.
So Bailey moves to the line, the linebacker. You see him with Shimko and Karicki, 3-man front. Bowen back on 3rd and long. They're going to come back to Conte on the tight end. Tight end screen, picks up good yardage. It's going to be 4th down, though, right around the 20.
Nice job, play action. He rolls to his left, throws that screen back to the right. Conte does a nice job. Get off me. And he's still on his feet. Look at him. Boom, puts that shoulder down.
Conte, 6'5", 250, Coach. So another 4th down play coming up for Dunmore to keep a drive alive. This is the 9th play of the drive. It started at their own 40-yard line. They trail by 20 points.
Bob, you said that Conte's 250 pounds. That puts a hurting on you.
Bowen drops. Here comes the blitz, and they get him. Ball is out. Was he down? No. It's going to be Mount Carmel ball.
Picked up by number 77, Noah Shimko.
The 3rd fumble of the night for Dunmore, and it stops another drive.
You'll just see they were playing their 3-4 defense. The play before, they just really put the 3 guys in. And this time they brought outside pressure, and the Bucks couldn't pick it up.
Spears accompanied back out. I think you're going to see a big dose of Blessing here. Your Blessing does have it. How is that Dunmore defensive line going to hold up playing both ways? We always mention that, Coach.
Well, especially late in the 4th quarter right now. Here's that fumble play. You see just right off the edge, number 9 coming in. And
Ricky, the freshman.
Doing what he does best.
That's a freshman.
A freshman coming in, making an impact.
And they have a freshman who's not even playing, Jalen Delaney. Delaney was hurt. He's out like 4 weeks. And Coach talked about him.
He said
he's the next great thing.
Yeah, he really is. And it's a shame we didn't get a chance to see him play this evening. Well, there you see.
Go to the air, Coach. They stopped the clock.
Yep, Coach Dara right there just saying, you know what? We're still in this game. It's a game. It's not over. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're going to still try to pass. There's a lot of time left, 14 left on the clock. So they got to maintain what they want to do. They're not going to stop just because right now they're ahead by 20 points.
To Blessing. First down and more. Pick up 7 of Figure Law, first down.
Well, Luke Blessing, the junior's having a great night tonight. Again, attributing that to that big offensive line he has up there. Number 77, Shimko, 72, Lamaze, 55, Herb, 53, Spears, and number 70, Yager Delaney.
Diaz bounces it outside, has speed, goes right out of bounds at the 50, close to a first down.
What I would like about Diaz is when he has the ball, watch this, folks. He knows he's got great speed. And again, why take the hit? He's smart. I'm going out of bounds. Really cool, calm, and collected he is.
And we talked about Diaz as a spotlight player, but he has 1 touchdown. He's been a factor in the game a little bit, but really Blessing and Schultz and Spears with his arm has really done a nice job tonight. There's Blessing, good job this time by the defense. Xavier Burke shoots in, number 46, brings up 3rd down.
Well, again, only having 1 game under your belt and you go in for a scouting report, you're thinking, wow, that Diaz, you watched him against North School. Boy, he was exploding. He's quick, so we got to key on him. But now they are pounding the ball with Spears and Blessing in there.
Spears rolling, didn't see what he liked, pulled it down. We 4th down now. Good defense by Braden Ruther, number 5. So the Dunmore defense holds, and you almost think Mount Carmel will punt, and they will. They bring out the punt team, up 20 points, and clock rolling.
Spears rolls to his right, stops. He didn't see, again, great coverage by the Bucks secondary. There was nowhere for him to throw, and again, they drop him for a loss. Nice job by the defense maintaining their positions and their alignments and assignments.
This is the first punt of the night for Mount Carmel. Back to Ricky.
Yes.
The freshman, averages 35, and it is blocked almost. Conte. Oh, we're going to stop the play, though.
And there was a flag.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 17, offense, 5-yard penalty, replay 4th down.
Well, someone forgot to block the big guy. Right?
Yeah.
Conte?
Hello.
Tried his punt thing again. He's a lefty. Low kick. Takes a big roll for Mount Carmel.
Wow.
And they'll down it inside the 10 with DeSanto looking on. Here's what we have coming up over the next few weeks. Folks, number 1 and 7 next week. I think Loyal Stockton might move up with this loss from Dunmore tonight. So we'll have a great matchup next week out in Lycoming County. And then we'll be back for check out number 4, Prep, as they take on Scranton. Scranton with a big win tonight over Valley West. And then it's the Battle of the River. As Selinsgrove takes on Shikellamy. Now that game will be at Shamokin. So it's Selinsgrove versus Shikellamy at Shamokin. Because Shikellamy field is getting redone with turf and a new track.
The 3 S's there.
Yep.
But right now, the Bucks got their backs against the wall. What a bounce that took for the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes.
Back to DeSanto. They'll keep it on the ground, pick up a couple. I mean, this offense to put up 35 points last week, Coach, against Old Forge has just been held in check all night long by this Mount Carmel defense, which gave up 34 last week to North Schuylkill.
Yes, they did. And I'll tell you, that was a battle last week with North Schuylkill. Right now, Mount Carmel's 3-4 defense, their defensive line is reestablishing the offensive line. And I know Coach McHale takes a lot of pride in his offensive line and trying to do that. But right now, the Red Tornadoes are taking it to them.
Mecca shoots through close to a first down, about 2 yards short. So Michael Perry just going to say we're going to keep it on the ground even though we're down 20, under 8 to play.
You see they run that power game in there. You saw that the left tackle and the left guard, number 59, Nathan Ruther, the 315-pound senior, and Anthony Anelli, the junior, coming right into your living rooms right there.
So what would you like to see from this Dunmore offense? Obviously they can run the ball, but they haven't been able to just spread out the field and really, keep everyone spaced out. To me, everyone's packed in. They know the run's coming. It's either run and done. But, if you're Dunmore, you can't keep doing it. I mean, you might be able to do it in the next couple of weeks against the teams you're playing, but if you want to be a state contender, you got to find a better offense.
You've got to be more balanced. They have a very good offense, Bob. They just have to be more balanced with the pass plays. When you have a run-oriented team like Dunmore, and you're behind, that gives them 12 men, Mount Carmel 12 men on defense right now, because you're losing part of your playbook.
Yeah, the safety's really playing up, so they try to get it downfield, and DeSanto can't come up with it. Remember, Pika, though, went out with cramps. He's been cramping all night long, so he usually could, open it up a little bit with his speed.
Well, again, you want to be a little bit more diverse on offense. Like I know Coach Jervis loves to run that wing tee, and he does a tremendous job, just like Coach Roth does down in Southern Columbia. But as I saw with Southern Columbia and Coach Jervis this year, they're starting to throw the ball a little bit more because you have to be more balanced.
So Bowen going to roll, look downfield, and in and out of the hands, and a big hit put on by Belichick, out of bounds on DeSanto. A ball thrown out of bounds. Chase Belichick, though.
Coach Dara, it's upset, and I understand it was an uncatchable ball, but he was out of bounds and he got hit. That's when he got hit out of bounds.
Clock stops. 3 timeouts left for Dunmore.
Personal foul against the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. First down.
So the figure law first down keeps this drive going for Dunmore. You tell me, was it a personal foul?
Let's see. That was a momentum. He hit him, and then again, the officials, I don't envy their position.
No, that's not an easy call. We'll just lay it at that, and the Mount Carmel defense with a sack on Bowen. Karicki, the freshman, in with Ben Miller, the junior.
Again, you have a freshman coming in and making that kind of a statement down there at Mount Carmel. They've got some great ball players coming up in the ranks, but they have great ones now. And Coach Darrow will be the first one to say, get him in the weight room, add another 15, 20 pounds of strength on him, have muscle, and that kid's going to be a contender by the time he's a senior.
Get it back out to Mecca. Mecca, he's shown some speed. Down the field, figure law first down, near midfield. Good pick up there. Stops the clock with 5:24.
Ryan Mecca, 5'9", 140-pound sophomore. Talk about some of the youth that's out there on the field making impact plays. Look at this, great breakaway speed, key figure ball first down, keeps the Bucks going.
Clock will roll now in high school after the placement of the ball. Mecca back, they're going to open it up a little bit. No one downfield, and he gets caught from behind. Matt Belichick comes in with his second sack of the season.
Incredible. He didn't see that pressure coming at all. That's what we call look out, because watch this, folks. All of a sudden, here he comes. Boom. Number 99 laying the hammer.
Well, if you're a Mount Carmel fan, you're saying, I thought he was number 2. So we're number 99, folks.
Well, and that's not us.
Nope. Second down now, facing Dunmore, trailing by 20. We're under 5 to play here. Fake it right, come back left, get it to Mecca, and Mecca seems to be the featured back right now. Apika out, and we have a flag down. Is this roughing the passer, Coach? Or holding? Let's not speculate. It is roughing the passer against Mount Carmel. Coach Dare's going to look at that too and not be happy.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 9 defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Karicki, a freshman, you know, the emotions, and again, that's a maturity thing, comes in, and the ball was away, and he did hit him from underneath. Yep, hit him from that backside, right side knee, calf area.
Yeah, that could be dangerous for Bowen. Great basketball player as well. Wrapping up his senior season, did win a district championship his freshman year, wants to end it with a district title in 2023. Bowen back. Here comes the rush from behind. They just get it, he gets it away. Miller tracking him down.
Well, Nathan Ruther's having a hard time out there, 6'2", 315 pounds, with his pass protection. He's just getting beat to the outside, and then, you know, those defensive ends, outside linebackers are a lot faster than he is.
Well, for Dunmore, if anything, it's something on film now you can work on as you go on to the season. Maybe, again, you want that balanced offense that you want to see.
Coach McHale will probably start to implement more of the pass game, because he's going to realize that he's got a very good run game, but now let's complement that and make the defenses now defend both.
Quick to the middle. Communication breakdown to Sando. You had him quickly. It was behind him, though. Goes incomplete. Brings up third down.
Well, Dom DeSando talking to him pregame. Kind of like this kid. He's a Philadelphia Eagle fan. Go Birds. His favorite Eagle, actually his favorite football player, is Darren Sproles. He likes that. That's why he likes doing the returns. And he's also going to be attending Westchester next year for business.
Very good. Bowen has tons of time. Gonna go long. Nice pass, but it's overthrown. See all the white jerseys down there trying to connect downfield with Josh Dudek, freshman, in there.
Well, yep, go ahead, Bob.
No, go ahead.
No, they went to a no-back situation, so Mount Carmel only rushed 2 guys. They dropped the defensive end off to the trip side. The other outside linebacker then had to cover the slot to the right side. Obviously, the corners picked up on the number 1 receivers on each of their sides.
So on 4th down, Dunmore has no choice but to go for it. Bowen back, has time, gonna go over the middle, over the head. Intended receiver was DeSando, and it's go incomplete, and Mount Carmel takes over on downs, up 23-47 left in this game. What I was gonna say is you see so many freshmen playing for Dunmore and for Mount Carmel as well, but Dunmore does not have a freshman team. They have a junior high team. So freshmen now are almost forced to play. That's just not a numbers game.
It's absolutely a numbers game, but it's also an experience game that these young men understand that they're part of the program, they're part of the team, and they got to be the next men up in the mentality of football. And they're doing a great job, all the freshmen that are stepping on in that field tonight.
Mount Carmel on their way to win number 891. Diaz. He should be relatively fresh. He's not got a lot of carries tonight. He does have that one touchdown pass. Picks up about 6.
They just go with the speed sweep on that, and he does a nice job bobbing and weaving in there to gain 7 yards.
Credit to the offensive line of Mount Carmel tonight, Coach Blessing has really run the ball very well, given Spears time to throw it. Again, that was one of the, I won't say weaknesses, one of the points of emphasis for Coach Dara at the beginning of the year. And there goes Blessing. He's going to put an exclamation point on this one. The Red Tornadoes are in for a touchdown, and win number 891, I think you can mark it down.
Bobby,
55 yards for Blessing.
You just mentioned how that offensive line is taking control. They just did right there. Watch this. They're moving the crimson jerseys out of the way, but Blessing is a talented athlete. You saw him. He juked and jived in there. 2 defenders in there for the touchdown.
Shopping in for the PAT. Put a bow on this one. Mount Carmel's going to have a nice bus ride home as the flag comes in. With a big win here in the series, they'll take a 5-1 lead in this series over Dunmore.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 53, offense, 5-yard penalty, retry.
As they will head back to the Pennsylvania Heartland Conference Division 3. And Mount Carmel looking like one of the top teams in the state. You'll see them in the rankings, no doubt. Dunmore will probably drop out. Kick is up, and it is through. 2:59 left. 34-7 the score. Coach, and you know, we talk about the offense, but I'm really impressed with the defense for Mount Carmel. I mean, they've held Dunmore in check. Yes, Dunmore has 3 turnovers, but Mount Carmel may have caused that. There you see Division III, what they're going to face there. Hughesville, Milton, Midwest, Bloomsburg, and Warrior Run. You know,
I'm not,
good teams. I wouldn't call them great. I think Mount Carmel's great. So
yeah,
we'll put it that way.
Let's say men amongst boys in that division right there. I mean, the way they're playing now, and their defense is just playing so stifling right now. There's no room for that Dunmore running game to go. There's just it's not a coaching thing. It's just a player thing that right now Dunmore is just getting outplayed by that defense from Mount Carmel.
So 2 tough games for Mount Carmel. It'll go 1-1 in those. Head back and get into division play, and then Southern Columbia coming up on Friday the 13th. Enough said. This time at the Silver Bowl again. Here's Blessing has 157 yards rushing, a career high tonight.
Good for him. I mean, a tremendous job by that offensive line.
Another Car Vision Nissan kickoff. This one is short again to Dunmore. They don't want to kick it deep, and good strategy there. Dunmore going to practice that this week, no doubt. They'll be back on the field. Here comes the offense for Dunmore. Held scoreless tonight. 2:57 left in this one. And Pika out. A lot of cramping going on. Sandel playing both ways. And, you know, Dunmore will get it going.
Yeah,
a couple games coming up, they can really get things moving. But again, a tough test here in the state for Dunmore.
I mean, to come in week 2, knowing that you have got, you know, your state playoff. This is actually like a playoff game for both these teams right now. They're making a statement for the rest of the season.
Oh, ball comes out again. Another turnover for for Dunmore, and I think the Bucks may have got a break and got it back. already they've coughed it up 3 times to get this one back. And that has been one of the stories of this game, Coach.
It absolutely has. It hasn't. I mean, Mount Carmel's defense is playing very stout, but 3 turnovers on 3 key drives by the Bucks. They've stopped themselves.
Great job. I think that was Ben Miller again. Then he calls one of the fumbles earlier in this game. 29.
He just got that backhand. He stripped right at it.
Well, Mount Carmel also will be happy. North Schuylkill has lost to Blue Mountain 18-17. The Eagles are for real, folks. Good run from Dunmore there. Number 41, Josh Dudick, again a freshman. So we're under 2. Clock will keep rolling.
Well, right now, Coach Dara does have, I'm going to say, second teamers in there right now, trying to get kids experience. We got a nice, almost full moon over there, I would suppose, Bob.
It is. I believe it is a full
blue moon or super moon, or it's the moon.
It's the moon.
It's the moon.
Southern Columbia shutout win over Shamokin as they pitch it back to the freshman again. Loyal Sock will see you next week. The shut out Hughesville tonight, 46-0, setting up with that showdown next week.
It is.
Shamokin, Southern Columbia and Loyal Sock right here on my TV WQMY. As Coach mentioned, the moon coming up eerily over the clouds. One more play as Dunmore pushes it up, and great job by the Red Tornadoes making the hour-and-a-half to 2-hour drive up here. They'll go back happy.
That'll make the bus ride, Bob, a lot shorter and it'll be more fun for the Red Tornadoes to travel back down 81.
With no traffic, which is always key. If everyone, if you know you drive 81.
There's always construction.
Yeah, could be the last play. The pitch to the freshman Dudick, and Dudick's got room. Dudick's still on his feet, and Dudick hit hard. They'll stop the clock, and he's inside the Kelly Mahinger red zone, about the 10-yard line.
Great job. Again, seeing these young guys get out there, they're hungry. They want to show the coaches that they can play here at Dunmore.
And that will do it. What a performance by the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes. Win number 891. More importantly for Coach Dara, they improved to 1-1 on the season, as does the Dunmore Bucks. The final score, number 9 Mount Carmel 34, number 8 Dunmore 7. And with that, I think, Coach, we'll check out our top 10 next week. I think Dunmore and Delaware Valley shutout. We'll have 2 new teams in this top 10. A lot of movement here early on in the Friday Night Rivals top 10, which you can see Tuesday night on the Fox 56 News First at 10. A lot of teams to look at: Scranton, Danville, now maybe even Blue Mountain. We'll have to see who's going to make our top 10 next week. Coach Dara picking up a win, number 64 for him. And he'll be checking out his Wilkes Colonels tomorrow, right here on my TV.
As we, like you said, Bob, we're doing the Mayor's Cup. First game of the year for the colleges. That's crazy.
So Amanda's going to grab, hopefully, our players of the game. And we went with Cole Spears and Luke Blessing.
Yeah, those were easy ones to go with.
Easy ones. Blessing tonight, a career high 155 on the ground. Spears as well, putting up big numbers here at Dunmore. And for the Bucks, it's back to the drawing board at Susquehanna next Saturday afternoon. So Amanda will hand out our Manuka Subaru players of the game and our Manuka Subaru plaque to Mount Carmel. They picked it at 1-up last year when they beat Southern Columbia.
Yes.
Amanda downstairs with our players of the game, Amanda.
Our Manuka Subaru players of the game are Cole Spears and Luke Blessing. Guys, congratulations on tonight's win. How good did it feel to come out on top?
Oh, I can't even explain how it feels right now. I mean, we had a tough loss last week. Our team bounced back. We played amazing. I'm so proud of my guys.
Talk about the preparations that went into this week and, how good that feels that all that hard work paid off.
Yeah, I mean, we prepared hard. I mean, after last week, coach was like, we got to do better. We got to do better. I mean, our guys bought in this week in the weight room, on the field, and we had a great week and great result tonight.
A scoreless first half. What was the turning point for you guys?
Like we said, the turning point, we just came out and we were saying, we're just going to run it down their throat, and we did, and they were getting tired. We were running our fast offense. They couldn't do nothing. I mean, it's kind of hard to stop. We were getting 8 yards of carry. Our line, we were throwing people. They were throwing everyone. They were doing so good. Then they were getting 10 yards of carry, and then we're throwing a screen. We're taking it 40 yards to the house. I mean, it's hard to stop. I mean, we just came out ready, but.
How do you take tonight's momentum and use that going forward for the rest of the season?
Oh, definitely. Momentum's a huge thing. It only takes one win to get in a run. We're going on a run. I'm calling it.
Thanks, guys. Good luck the rest of the season. Congratulations. Bob, Jan, back to you.
I don't know, Amanda, if you could tell them that North Schuylkill lost. So that might make them happy as well. So Coach Dara and company going to take a nice bus ride home to Mount Carmel and get ready for their game next week. Dunmore back to the books. They'll head into Lackawanna Football Conference play. Coach, thoughts on this game?
Well, I'll tell you what, I really thought it was going to be a lot closer than it was. I know Dunmore is well coached, and I know Mount Carmel obviously is, but their defense, Mount Carmel's defense, came to play tonight, and they really did. They played lights out tonight. Other than that long kickoff return, they would have pitched a shutout.
Well, last week we were already in the third quarter, so we'll get out early tonight. And good thing, our crew is going to wrap things up next week. It will be number 1 Southern Columbia at number 7 Loyal Sock. That'll be Friday, September 9th, or 8th next week. Today is September 1st. That will be at 7 o'clock. And tomorrow, right here, it's the Mayor's Cup between King's College and Wilkes University. Will be on the air at noon. Thanks for joining us tonight. Hope you enjoyed tonight's coverage. For the entire Fox 56 sports crew, for Amanda Cool, for Jan Cechek, this is Bob I saying so long from Bucktown.
You're watching Manuka Subaru Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by USA Metal Roofs on MyTV WQMY.